This is Regis Program, and you're tuning into True School Sports.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I might just make this a thing, man, when I do these videos like early in the morning, you know, just have the red light on and just talk my boxing shit. You know, I kind of like the way this feels. I might do this more often. So let me know in the comments if you guys think I should do this more often. But anyway, this video is gonna kind of be like, I'm gonna talk about the 3 Matchroom Boxing USA prospects, because they were all on the card. You know, Diego Pacheco, Emma Williams, and Marc Castro. This is my review for all their fights all in one. So I'm grouping them together because they're all like the Eddie Hearn USA guys. But anyway, we'll start with the guy that I've always thought, and you can go back in my archives and check what I'm saying, fact check me on this one, because I have said this before. I said this back in 2019 when I did my prospect review video on this fighter. But Diego Pacheco, to me, out of all the Matchroom Boxing USA prospects, he's the best one that Eddie Hearn has. Everything points to it, from his demeanor to his discipline outside the ring, to how serious he takes the sport, to his amateur exploits. I mean, everything points to him being the best one he has. With all respect to the guys he signed, like Emma Williams and Marc Castro and Otha Jones III and Nikita Abibi and these guys that Raymond Ford and these guys he signed, he's the best one. All right, and he had his first step up his first legitimate step up in competition, in my opinion, in this fight, as he took on former 2012 Puerto Rican Olympian Enrique Collazo, who was like 16-3-1 coming into the fight. So it was a good fight. You know, Pacheco got him out of there in 5 rounds. It was a fight where, you know, early on, you know, Pacheco was very patient. I think in this fight, what Diego showed was his patience. Diego is more so a guy that's known for his destructive power and fighting off that tall frame of his, but he was very patient in this fight, and he was able to you know, wait this guy out, counter punch him, and then once he had him hurt in the 5th round, he got him out of there. And there was an interesting moment in the fight where Eddie Hearn was yelling instructions at Diego Pacheco to throw overhand looping right hand, and he threw it and he dropped him, and they kind of had a moment in between one of the knockdowns. But he gets him out of there, and he wins his first trinket title as a fighter. You know, he wins the WBC USNBC Silver Title, and he's on the bigger and better things. You know, he's about 15-0, 16-0 now, but he's 21, so it's crazy. Diego Pacheco was 21 years old, and he's already 15, 16-0, and it's crazy because I remember when he made his pro debut on the Guy Estrada Rung Versailles undercard, and I don't know how far. It's hard to say how far he is from a world title because he's getting in great sparring and he's developing nicely. I think he might even be the best fighter in the Benavidez camp, but that might be an unpopular opinion, but we'll see. That's an opinion that I hold true. I have. I don't know. I still think he might be like a solid 1.5 to 2 years away from fighting for a world title. I mean, because he's at 168. You'd like this kid to mature and be his best self before you put him in a title fight, but he's got 16 fights under his belt. He's got a whole truckload of amateur experience. Let's see how he develops, but I think he's developing nicely, and another statement performance, another knockout performance would be for Diego Pacheco. He's passing the test put in front of him with flying colors, and that's the sign of a good prospect heading into that contender stage. So shout out to him. South Central Los Angeles' very own Diego Pacheco, and a friend of the channel, friend of True School Sports. So yeah, shout out to Diego Pacheco. So yeah, he got his win, first title of his career. The other fight on the card was with Marc Castro. He took on a fighter by the name of Kevin Montiel. And this was a fight pretty much where Marc Castro was in control. And my thing with Marc Castro that I've had with him is, like, he's a talented fighter, obviously. He was a decorated amateur, which is why Matchroom signed him and was so adamant about signing him. But Marc Castro is a guy that, you know, sometimes he's left some things to be desired in his fights. Even when he's winning fights, he just doesn't show the extra bit of quality sometimes. And he may need to be a 12-round fighter to show that. He may need to step it up in levels to show that. But he's just been one of those guys that, like, he's a good prospect. He's a good talent. But, like, I'm not, like, oohed and awed by Marc Castro, just being honest. But, you know, his last fight on the Chalatito undercard, he got dropped. And he showed some vulnerabilities This fight, it was kind of a lot like the other old Marc Castro performances, to where like he's in control and he's throwing overhand rights and he's showing good defense, and he's just outworking the guy and being a consistent fighter throughout the rounds. But what made this fight better against Montiel was that he put the exclamation point on the fight. He threw this big ass right uppercut from nowhere and just slept him. And like, this is what I want to see from Marc Castro, is that extra bit of quality, and he showed it in this fight. So I'm hoping we see more of it from him in the future, because he just lacked that extra bit of quality for me to really get like all the way excited about it. But I know Marc Castro has a lot of hype. I know that he's got a huge following on TikTok. For those that don't know, he's got like 700,000 or 800,000 followers on TikTok. He's doing his thing. He's marketing himself great on there. So he's got a fan base, and he's already stated many times that he believes he could sell 30,000 tickets in Fresno, and I believe it, because I know Jose Ramirez is selling 20,000. I know Marc Castro's got a good, strong local following there. So if he can do that in Fresno and create some great scenes there, I'm all for it. But there's still a lot of work and development to be had there with him, and I hope Matthew takes the time with him, because he definitely is going to need it. And then moving on to the last fight, and I think out of all the Matchroom prospects, this was probably the most competitive fight. You had Austin Ammo Williams. Ammo Williams, probably the most explosive out of the bunch. He was taking on a guy in Kieron Conway. Conway's like a fringe world-level guy at best, high-level European fighter. Basic style, not a whole lot of punching power, but definitely a legitimate professional fighter. And, he had some success early on in the fight, because, Ammo is a guy that's used to getting in on guys and being able to explode from the first round. And he wasn't able to do that. Conway fought a very disciplined fight, stayed within himself, boxed behind the jab, waiting for counters. And he was able to actually make this a very, very competitive fight. Up until about like the latter stages of the fight, I thought Conway was actually winning. I going into the 8th round, I actually had Conway up 4-3. But ultimately, the strength and the power and the physicality of Emma Williams, it was just too much for Conway. Conway kept throwing his punches at the same speed. It was unable to keep Emma Williams off balance, so he paid for it in the end as Emma beat his face to a bloody pulp, dropping him in the later rounds. Ammo didn't get the stoppage, but he gets the win, and I believe he's now, 12-0, 13-0. So now, that's what it is. And this was Ammo Williams' first fight without Kevin Cunningham, because apparently they split up, and I know that can't be. It couldn't have been a nice departure, because after the fight, Ammo Williams started calling out Erickson Lubin, who's with PBC, and he even said, "Look, I know you're with PBC, but let's make this shit happen." And Erickson Lubin is with Kevin Cunningham. Ammo's old camp, so I'm led to believe that Kevin Cunningham and him didn't have a good split. They didn't leave on the best of terms, and that's what it is. So as far as him fighting Eric Lubin, I think Eric Lubin will beat the living shit out of Ammo Williams right now. He needs to pump the brakes on that, but I appreciate the ambition. Still explosive, still dangerous, but the chinks are definitely there. Are definitely there. And I think Matchroom needs to be very careful with how they match him, because I'll tell you this: if he would have fought like a Conway type of fighter with power, oh my God, we might be sitting here talking differently. But yeah, pretty much another win for him. All the Matchroom USA prospects won, but as I've always stated, going back to 2019, Diego Pacheco was the best one. I've always thought Diego Pacheco was better than Raymond Ford and Otha Jones and Ammo and Marc Castro. And as time goes on, you're starting to see his class. At 21 years old, he's showing his class to be a little bit different than the other guys. So the other guys got to go back to the drawing board and improve. But yeah, those are my that's my take on those fights. Let me know what you guys think down below about Pacheco, Castro, and Ammo Williams and their performances. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Thank you for watching True School Sports.
No, follow this kid. Oh. He's a true, he's a young, true, passionate person who follows boxing. He wakes up thinking about boxing and he goes to sleep thinking about boxing.
This is true.
Good kid, good man, and looking forward to seeing him everywhere in the boxing world.
Hey man, if you ain't subscribed to True School Sports, you fucking up, man. Make sure you subscribe, bro.
Fucking up big time.
Make sure, man.